Hi everyone, welcome back to the Dr. Sia channel. In the video here today, we're going to talk about yet another form of bonding that I have coined sickly bonding. Let's get started. So what do I mean by sickly bonding? Before we start, if you haven't checked out my other videos on trauma bonding, please do so first so you kind of get an idea of what trauma bonding is. There's all the forms of trauma bonding there too, from Stockholm Syndrome to victim bonding, abuser bonding, and so on and so forth. Now, what is sickly bonding? Well, sickly bonding is a particular form of bonding in a relationship. So it's not about love bonds. It's not about actually getting together with someone because you love them and they love you. Rather, it's about this idea that the only way that a person will accept you, the only way they will have you, is if you are sick. Now, that might kind of seem unusual to a lot of people, but with some people who are watching this video that go, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's me in a nutshell. In a sense, these people have never really been accepted for who they genuinely are. And the only time as children that they got attention, any form of caring or positive attention from a parent, was when they were admittedly sick or unwell. To the point where they now believe that the only reason why someone would be with them is a sick version of them, is the only kind of acceptable version of them. It's the only way that anyone's ever going to want to bond to me and pay attention to me, be with me, is if I am sick. Now, that's not the end of the story. We might then assume that the person who bonds to this sick person is a fully healthy person who's just been trapped by this bond that this person has. And sometimes, true, that could be the case. But sometimes that's not the case at all. Sometimes the other person also has a sickly bonding. So this person here can only bond with that person there through the idea that the only person who would want to be with them is a sick person. And unless that person is unwell, they would never want to be with me, because what do I have to offer but care? Now for this person, the partner, what they have experienced is parents who only were interested, caregivers who only were interested in them as a carer. When the parent wasn't unwell, sick, or whatever, they would pay basically no attention to them. And then as soon as something was unwell, then they'd be like, hey, honey, can you come help me? I need help. I need your help. You're so lovely. Oh, it's so lovely that you can help me and be there for me when I'm sick. So both of these people are going through this kind of sickly bonding together. It's not a love bond. And true, there might be love underneath all that. But without therapy to be there and remove all that sickly bonding ideas, the love can't actually express itself. So if you're in a relationship like that, or if you have a patient that's in a relationship like that, or you know a friend that's in a relationship like that, what's the first thing you can do to help? Well, the first thing that needs to be done is that it needs to be brought to those people's attention. If it's not brought to their attention that what they're doing is sickly bonding, then it won't actually be anything that they can do anything about. So what you can do, for example, if you're a friend or a therapist, you can say, have you noticed that it kind of seems as though there's some part of you that needs to be sick for the other person to be there? As though if you're not sick, they're going to leave you or abandon you or reject you or not ever want to know of you again. Can we look at that? Can we look at that part and understand that part? Because it doesn't have to be that way. Can we just try to understand that together and look at that together so that we can help you with that? Because it might not be good for you. Seems like it's not good for you. Seems like it actually causes more problems than it's worth in your relationships. Let's have a conversation about that. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you just follow through on this playlist, more and more and more videos are going to be coming out on different terms of bonding, of different types of trauma bonding that I have coined and termed myself. So, you know, you can't go and find these out in the literature, but if you, like with those exact terms, but if you look enough, then you'll kind of be able to see that, yeah, there's a lot of evidence for these forms of bonding. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please drop a like. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. I'll see you again for the next one.